Today I want to show you an Etsy store that actually struggled with their initial idea for a couple of years and then realized that their buyers really just wanted one thing. Now they're making six-figure sales with a super popular product. Let's check it out.
I'm Jess at Insights by Jess. I dig deep into what makes Etsy stores successful and where they can improve so that you get the full 411 on what's really selling and why. Let's jump in. Y'all, this is a really cool store. I love this store. This is a handmade product, but it's also a supply. So people buy this product to put on their own handmade products. So it really blurs the lines between handmade and supply, between those two categories of product. And I love it. They've done such a great job of building this store. They have a good evolution, and I'm going to tell you guys all about it. But first, let's look at what they're actually selling. So this is called 𝒓𝒔, and they make custom fabric labels. It's very, very popular. She has a lot of customization options that make this able to be used by anybody pretty much that's selling anything fabric, really, whether it's a blanket or baby items or clothing, dresses, custom dresses. Her target audience or her target customers are other Etsy sellers. So she's in the right place. Her audience is already here. She can get the right eyes on her product, and she's really put a lot of effort into developing these and making them what people want to buy. So now that I've rambled on about how much I love her store, let's take a look at her store stats. She has over 72,000 sales, and we can see here, I'm going to scroll down and try to be fast. Okay, she has started her store in 2015. Her first feedback is actually March 15th of 2015, based on what she has been selling a lot of and what popular listings are in everybody's carts. Looking at all the feedback that she has, I was able to estimate about $16 for the average price, and that puts her approximate annual sales at about $150,000 a year, which for a product that is this niched down or this niched down is, in my opinion, amazing. I think this is awesome. And what makes it even more awesome is that she did not start out this way. She started out as a quilt shop, and really quilts are very, very time consuming to make. So as you can imagine, her sales were very, very low. They were very slow, and they didn't build up very quickly. It takes so much time to make a quilt. A quilt is a very intentional thing to make, and then a very intentional thing to purchase, to be honest. So her sales were very, very slow starting out. And then you can see that after a little while, she started to sell more and more tags, and she started to put energy into, hey, people like these tags more than they like my quilts that I'm putting so much heart and soul into. I'm going to focus on the tags. And so the tags really started selling fantastically well. So scrolling back through her listings here, we can see she's got that bestseller tag on a couple right at the top there. She's got a lot of popular items that are in people's carts. She's got 20 people with this little tiny tag in their cart, and she's got 3 people with this one, 7 people with this one, 4 people with this one. So it is quite a popular product. As I scroll down, those messages still pop up. 7 people have this one in their cart. It is a great, great item, and a lot of people seem to be loving it. So let's figure out why. Let's take a look at her actual listing. So this is one of her best-selling listings, and it is for a set of 12 sewing labels. She allows you to add 2 lines of personalizations. And the best part about this, and probably one of the reasons that is a best-selling product, is that she says right here, you can test these fonts. And she's got a little link there that you can follow. So let's open that up and let's take a peek at what that looks like before we dig into her listing SEO here. Okay, so this is her font preview, and I love that she has different things here. You can type your text in. It's pretty easy to use. Do this, and then you can change the font. And she's got different options so you can kind of see what that's going to look like on your tag. So it's really quite user-friendly, and I love that this is available because, and obviously you're not going to buy it. It says add to bag, but if you see the price here, it's $995,000. She's literally just using this as a preview feature. So I love this. But going back to her Etsy listing, that is a really genius way to get people to really invest in this product. The longer you keep people looking at your product, the more likely they are to buy it because they get more attached as that time starts to add up. So if they're typing in their personalization and they're taking the time and energy to make it look a particular way, they're not going to want to just abandon ship and start the process over with something else. They're going to probably follow through and purchase this item. So that's a very clever idea. So let's take a look at her images here. She starts out with a video, and the video very simply shows the features of the product, how to put the product on your item. You can sew it on, you can iron it on. This is very, very, very simple. It's very clear to understand. I love how she put this together. This is very well done. And then she has a couple other images here of the tags being used in different ways. And then she has information. Information images are always a great idea because some people don't want to read the description, and this just gives them the same information in a chunked up format, like in small pieces, so that you're not absorbing all the information in a very boring Etsy description. So I love how she's kind of highlighted all the different features and the how-to process here. Step 1, step 2. I'm going backwards. She also has the different font options. So if you don't want to go to that link, you can still see what the fonts look like. And I think that's really clever of her to do that. And then she has a very specific image that shows you're going to get 12 large labels. Here's how big they are. Here's what they look like. So it's just really great use of her images. She's done fantastic at showcasing this particular product. I want to take a peek because it looks like she's also taking fantastic opportunity to use her title well. And yes, she's got 137 characters in her title, and you can only have 140, so she really did get all the words she could possibly get in there, which is fantastic. And you can see she's using a good variety of words. She's using sewing, sew, iron on, quilt, blanket, personalized. I love this. This is a great use of keywords. Lots of variety in here. Looking at her description, let's see here. She's got set of 12 fabric labels customized with your text, perfect for quilts, blankets, sewing, knitting, crochet, blah, 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 blah. So she could probably use a descriptor in there, like set of 12 beautiful fabric labels. But this is a pretty good sentence. It captures all of the keywords that she wants to get in there that might help her listing rank higher in SEO. And it also is easy to read. So you know what you're getting. You're getting a set of 12 labels, and here's what you can put them on. So she does offer free shipping if you spend over $35 in her store. And that is always a great discount to offer to your buyers. It really does help drive sales, and it increases that purchase price, because if you're going to spend $16 on something, but you know that you're likely to need more, you can order 2 sets instead of 1, and you're going to save $5-6 on shipping. So I think that's always a great idea. Scrolling down again, I'm sorry. Let's look at her tags. So she's got a lot of tags. She's using all of her opportunities here for SEO. She's got some variety in here. And really, she has done a great job of combining the words that she wants to capture those long tail SEO keywords there. For example, custom quilt labels is here, but she also has quilts by itself. So if you don't want to type in, for example, if I'm just searching for quilt labels, it will probably pop up pretty high on the list because I've got quilt labels, quilts, quilt labels, quilt labels, quilt labels. And then she's got things spelled out a couple different ways. So she has quilt singular, quilts with an S, and then she has quilting here, so that regardless of how I may type that into my Etsy search bar, it still pops up. So she did put some intentional thought behind her keywords. She should really probably do some some competitor research and see what their tags are that they're using to kind of evaluate how to phrase things. But I know that a lot of people do put these labels on baby clothes, and so that could be a potential opportunity for her titles and tags as well. So I think this is really, really well put together. She did a really great job, and it's obviously a really popular item. So we can see all of the things that you should really want to do when you're building a listing to get all the right attention and pop up as much as possible and as high as possible in those search results. The biggest suggestion that I see that she is not doing is taking advantage of sales and discounts. And she does have that discount for spending more than $35 and getting the free shipping, but she doesn't have the actual product on sale. And let's look at her store here. She does not have any of her products on sale, because normally it would say all listings, 126, on sale listings, however many you have on sale. So that is always an opportunity, especially because when you are searching for something in Etsy, you can click to look at only things that are on sale or on discount, and that's going to filter you right on out. Now, while I have your attention and you're looking at how many listings she has 126 listings, which is really not a lot at all. However, there are some ways that she has actually used to get more listings when you're only selling a couple of different things. So she does have a couple different sizes here. She has these separated by small labels, medium labels, and large labels. However, that is not the only way that she has created more listings. Now, another way that she has done that to create to get more eyes on her listing, even though they are essentially the same product, is if you see, this is the exact same thing, a different imagery. It still says handmade with a name. It still allows you to choose the fonts here and gives you the same attachment options, the same finish options, but she's presenting the same product in different visual ways with different personalization choices, so that whoever is looking at their search results, one of these images will resonate. I might like this one. It has a little bit of color on it. I like the font. Or I might like this one. They are essentially the same. And as you can see, 7 people have this in their cart, making it a significantly more popular product than this particular image. So if she was only offering one example of a product, she would be missing out on all of these people. So this is one way that handmade makers of products, or really honestly any makers of products, even if you're selling supply products, can really create multiple listings as long as you can sell multiple items, right? If you only have one of something, you cannot do this. But if you have multiple items, you can create multiple visual representations, and it will help increase your listing count. You can see she's done the same thing here multiple times here. These are all essentially the same type of tag, but with different personalization options. She has a beautiful monogram one here. She has a bumblebee one that's actually really popular. So she's just done a really wonderful job of creating different designs and putting this together in different ways that will attract the attention of different buyers. And it really reminds me of this other store review I did of another store that also blurs that handmade and supplies line and epically kills it on their sales. So you should definitely check that out here.